Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. This time, we're taking a deep dive into something that I know a lot of you are super interested in, and that is sales automation within a CRM.
Ooh, very cool.
Now, the reason we're doing this deep dive today is we found in our research that, I get this, sales reps are only spending about 35% of their time actually selling.
Wow.
All the rest is just admin work, so
That's wild.
it is wild. Think about all that wasted time and potential. And
Okay.
that's where I think you come in, right?
Right.
You can really connect the dots for us and help us understand not just what sales automation is, but how it can really transform a sales team.
You bet.
So to kick things off, can you give us like just a nice, clear definition? What is sales automation in simple terms?
Okay, so, at its core, sales automation is really about leveraging technology, right?
Mm.
To streamline all those repetitive tasks that are part of the sales process.
Okay, so it's not about replacing salespeople with robots, but giving them tools to be like super efficient, right?
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. It's like imagine you have a tireless assistant, who's always there, prepping data, updating records,
Ah.
sending out those follow-up emails,
Oh, that sounds nice.
right? Well, the sales team can actually focus on what matters, building relationships, closing deals.
Okay, so less robot takeover, more like giving salespeople superpowers.
I like it. That's good. Yeah.
So that brings up a good question, right? What are the benefits? What are the real tangible benefits we're talking about here? Like, why bother?
Right. Right.
We're not just talking theory.
No, not at all.
Give us some examples.
Think about increased productivity, right?
Mm.
You're not going to have leads slipping through the cracks anymore.
Oh, that's always a pain.
Huge pain point. Yeah. And also, just a smoother sales process overall.
Yeah.
So it's more efficient, sales teams operating like a well-oiled machine, and ultimately closing more deals.
Okay, I'm sold. But how do we actually set this up? I mean, it feels kind of daunting to me. Where do we even start?
Well, the foundation really is choosing the right CRM platform, right? One that's not just a basic contact list,
Right.
but a system with like powerful automation features built in.
Okay, so it's got to be more than just a Rolodex.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
gotta be robust.
And here's the thing, and this is crucial. You really need a CRM that aligns with your specific needs and goals.
So not a one-size-fits-all.
Not at all, no. It's about finding that perfect fit, right?
Yeah, like a bespoke suit for your sales process.
There you go.
Okay, so once we've got that right CRM in place, what happens next? How do we actually start automating stuff?
All right, so then the magic starts happening, right? You can start automating things like lead assignments. So imagine, a system that automatically prioritizes leads based on their engagement level.
Oh, that's smart.
So your team can focus on, the hottest prospects first.
Makes sense.
And then you have communication, so logging every
That's
interaction,
huge.
data entry, and even, things like guided selling.
Guided selling.
Yeah.
What is that?
So think of it as like having a virtual mentor built right into your CRM.
Okay.
So picture a system that's actually prompting your sales reps with the best questions to ask
Yeah,
at each stage of the sales cycle
that's cool.
based on, data from your top performers.
That's learning from the best.
It's learning, exactly.
Wow.
So that's guided selling in action. It's making sure everyone's following those best practices and, staying on track
Okay, so we're not just automating tasks, we're like automating expertise.
in a way. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know there's a whole world of sales automation out there, right?
Well,
What are the main types? Like if I was going to go shopping for sales automation tools, what are the main categories I should be aware of?
well, you're right. It's not just one thing.
Right.
Our research actually highlighted 7 key types.
Ooh, 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's take a quick tour,
Okay.
starting with record creation.
Okay.
What's the deal with that? What's so great about that?
So it's all about eliminating that manual data entry, right?
Ugh, the worst.
So picture this. A prospect fills out a form on your website. Boom. Their information is automatically captured and added to your CRM.
Oh, that's nice.
No more typos, no more wasted time.
Okay, that's definitely a win.
Definitely a win.
What's next on our automation hit list?
Okay, next up, activity logging.
Ooh, tell me more.
Remember those days of salespeople scrambling to update their notes?
Oh, yeah.
Well, those days are gone.
Nice.
With activity logging, every email, call, meeting automatically recorded in the CRM.
Oh, I love that.
So you get this complete up-to-the-minute view of each lead's journey.
So you're not relying on like someone's memory or their messy notes.
Exactly.
It's all just there.
It's all there, crystal clear.
That's great. What else is there?
Well, then there's automated research Think about all the time that sales teams spend just digging up information on prospects, like company details, their job title, social media profiles. Automation can handle all that.
That must save so much time.
Oh, it's huge, yeah.
It's like giving your sales team research superpowers.
Exactly.
All right, what else? What else is in our bag of automation tricks?
Okay, so then we've got automated data entry, but this is specifically for proposals, quotes, and contracts.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so instead of manually filling out all those documents, imagine all that data is just automatically pulled in from your CRM.
So no more copy-paste nightmares.
No more, no more.
Okay, I'm liking this more and more. What else we got?
All right, next up is communication automation. So think, email drip campaigns that are tailored to a lead's behavior or, automated meeting scheduling.
Oh, that's clever.
Right. So you're streamlining all those tasks. And what does that free your team up to do? Have those all-important personal interactions.
Right, so it's striking that balance
Exactly.
between automation and the human touch.
Exactly.
Okay, what's next on the list?
All right. So then we have lead management automation.
Ooh, lead management. That sounds like a big one.
This is where the efficiency really kicks in. So you can set up rules to automatically route leads to the right salesperson based on, things like industry location.
So it's like an intelligent traffic cop,
Yes,
directing each lead to the right destination.
you got it.
This is very cool.
Yeah, it's powerful stuff.
What's our last one? What's the final type of automation?
And then we've come full circle back to automated guidance.
Oh, okay.
That virtual mentor we were talking about,
Right.
making sure your sales reps have the right knowledge and support at every stage of the sales process.
So they're never flying solo.
They're never flying solo.
Yeah.
Even on those complex deals.
That's a built-in safety net,
Exactly.
guiding them towards success. Okay.
Exactly.
This is all incredibly exciting, but I have to ask, right? With all this automation, what happens to the human element in sales? Are we just turning salespeople into robots?
I knew this was coming.
Had to ask.
I get this question a lot,
I bet.
and it's understandable, right? But here's the reality. Sales automation isn't about replacing human interaction.
Okay.
It's about enhancing it.
So instead of eliminating the human touch, we're creating space for more human touch.
Exactly.
We're not handing the reins over to robots. We're using these tools to empower ourselves to be more human.
Precisely. Precisely.
Look at that.
So think about it. Instead of, drowning in those admin tasks,
Yeah.
you can actually show up as your best self, ready to truly listen to your customers' needs and build those win-win relationships.
Okay, so it's about finding that sweet spot where technology empowers us to be more human.
Yes.
Not less.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And that's what really separates the good sales teams from the truly great ones.
Speaking of great sales teams, Rangan, I'm curious about this idea that sales automation is really a key differentiator between the amateurs and the pros.
Yeah.
What's the connection there?
I think the key difference often comes down to consistency.
Oh.
So think about it. Every lead handled efficiently. Every follow-up is on time. Every opportunity is maximized.
So it's not just about speed.
Right.
It's about precision,
Precision.
reliability, never letting anything slip through the cracks.
Absolutely.
That's the hallmark of a pro.
You got it. And that's what automation makes possible.
Okay, so it really elevates your game
It does, yeah.
to a whole new level.
Totally.
This is all incredibly insightful. I'm really glad we did this.
Me too.
But before we dive deeper, let's take a quick pause here to let everything sink in.
Sounds good. It's interesting, right? We talk about all these amazing potential benefits of automation, but are there any potential downsides? Like, is there a risk that we become too reliant on technology and we kind of sacrifice that personal touch in sales?
Ooh, that's a great point. It's like, will we end up with these cold, robotic sales interactions that lack that human connection?
Exactly. Exactly. It's a valid concern, right? But at the end of the day, technology is just a tool. We, the humans, decide how we use it.
Yeah.
And when it comes to sales automation, it's really about freeing ourselves up to build those real, authentic relationships with our customers.
So instead of replacing human connection,
Yeah.
we're actually making space for more of it.
Exactly.
We're not handing the reins over to robots.
Yeah.
We're using these tools to empower ourselves, to be more present, more engaged.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Think about it, right?
Yeah.
Instead of, drowning in those admin tasks all day,
Yeah.
you can actually show up as your best self,
Mm-hmm.
ready to really listen to your customers' needs and build those, win-win relationships.
Okay, I love that. So we've talked about the benefits. We've talked about the different types of tools out there. We've talked about this balance between technology and the human touch.
Yeah.
Now let's get practical. Okay.
Okay.
If our listeners are ready to dive into this world of sales automation, where do they begin? Like, what are the first steps they should take?
All right. So first things first, right? Take a good hard look at your current sales process. Okay. Map it out. Like every single step from the moment you get a new lead to, the final handshake on a deal.
Like a flow chart.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
And ask yourself, what are the bottlenecks?
Yeah, where are things getting stuck?
Where are things getting stuck?
Where could automation, step in and make a difference?
Exactly.
So it's about pinpointing those pain points, those areas where you're losing time or efficiency.
Exactly.
Once you've done that, what's next?
Okay, so then it's time to start exploring, the vast landscape of sales automation tools.
Right.
But a word of caution here. Don't get swept up in the hype.
Yeah.
There's tons of options out there.
Right.
It can get really overwhelming.
It's like walking into a giant candy store.
Yes.
You want it all, but you got to be strategic.
You got to be strategic. Exactly.
Right.
So be clear about your needs, right? Be clear about your budget.
Makes sense.
And what are the specific challenges you're trying to solve? Which tools actually align with your business goals? Remember, it's about finding the right tool for the job, not just, the shiniest one or the most expensive one.
Right. So we've got a clear understanding of our needs. We've found the right tools. What about implementation? Like, how do we actually bring this automation magic to life?
Okay, so implementation is key, right?
Yeah.
You got to make sure your team is properly trained.
Right. So it's not just about throwing technology at the problem.
No.
It's about actually thinking about how this is going to fit into our systems and processes.
Exactly.
And training people properly.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to start small.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to automate everything overnight.
Right.
Pick one or two key areas,
Okay.
see how it goes, and then scale from there.
So dip your toes in the automation pool before you, dive head first.
Exactly.
Start with a manageable pilot project, learn from it, and then, expand.
And throughout that process, remember to measure your results.
Oh, that's important.
What are your key metrics?
Yeah.
How is automation actually impacting your sales performance? Don't be afraid to make adjustments along the way.
It's all about being flexible, iterating, constantly striving for improvement.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like fine-tuning a musical instrument, always looking for that perfect pitch.
You got it. And that's how you really unlock the true power of sales automation.
I love that. This has been an incredible journey so far. I feel like I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the sales automation tunnel.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
It's my pleasure sharing these insights. I'm always excited to see businesses really embrace the potential of technology. And with sales automation, the potential is huge.
I completely agree. Our listeners are going to walk away with such a solid understanding of what sales automation is, how it works, and how it can really transform their businesses.
Absolutely. And like we said, it's not just about automating tasks. It's about empowering your team to be more human, more connected, and ultimately, more successful.
Beautifully said. Now, as we head into our final segment, I want to leave our listeners with a question to ponder. So we've covered a lot of ground today, from defining what sales automation is to exploring all the different types and even addressing those concerns about, the human element.
Yeah, for sure.
But before we wrap up this deep dive,
Right.
I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question.
Ooh, I like it.
So thinking about everything we've discussed today, ask yourself this. What's one area of your sales process that could benefit the most from automation? What's that one nagging bottleneck that's been slowing you down?
That's a good one.
Or holding you back?
Yeah, what's that one thing?
Yeah.
I like that.
Because at the end of the day, sales automation, it's not just a buzzword.
Right.
It's a practical tool
Yeah.
that can really revolutionize your business.
Totally.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
Absolutely.
And achieving those big goals, that you've set for yourself and your team. So go out there, explore the possibilities of sales automation.
Yeah, go for it.
Don't be afraid to experiment, try new things.
Yeah, that's how you learn.
See what works best for you.
Exactly.
Because there's a whole world of possibilities out there just waiting to be unlocked.
Waiting to be unlocked. I love it.
And if you ever find yourself stuck or you need a guiding hand,
Right.
remember the resources and the insights that we've shared today.
Absolutely. And there are tons more out there too.
Tons more, yeah.
So keep learning.
Keep learning, keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of sales automation.
It's been fun.
It's been a pleasure having you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey of discovery, and we'll see you next time
See you next time.
for another fascinating exploration.